AITAA for taking my niece to court over a coat? I, 28F, have a niece, 16F. She is my only sister's only child. 2 years ago I married a very wealthy man, 34M. And because of the pandemic, last Christmas was my first with my in-laws. My mill gifted me a coat that is worth more than $20,000. I saw her wearing it, asked her where she bought it, and she said that it will be my Christmas gift from her. I didn't know how much it was. I knew it was expensive, but I thought maybe $3,000 at most. I was visiting my sister last January when my niece saw it. She Googled the brand and showed me how much it really was. I won't lie, I didn't wear it after that because I was afraid of ruining it. Last week, I wore it while visiting my sister. While I was putting it back on to leave, I felt something go splat on my back. Then my niece started cackling and the smell of paint hit me. I was so pissed off while she was not apologetic at all. Her mom screamed at her and said she was grounded. Then she said she will pay for the dry cleaning. While I was in my car, still in shock BTW, I got an alert that my niece posted a reel. It was of her doing a prank on me. And she said, "I'm going to hit my aunt's $20,000 coat with a paint-filled balloon to see how she reacts." I saved it on my phone, sent it to her mom and told her that a week's grounding is not enough. She did not reply, but I saw that my niece took it down. It got less than 5 views by then. The next day I found out my coat cannot be saved. So I called my sister and told her that her daughter has to pay it back. Well, we got into an argument and she said that they will not be paying it. And if I wanted a new one, I should get my husband to buy it for me. I think that they should pay for it. They can afford to. They should sell my niece's car and pay me back my money. We did not reach an agreement. So I told her that I will be suing, and reminded her that I have video evidence that her daughter A did it on purpose for online clout and B knew exactly how expensive it was. People in my life are not objective at all. I have some calling me an A, some saying they are the A's for not buying me a new one, and some so obsessed with the price of the coat that they are calling me an A for simply owning it and wanting a new one. So AITA? Edit. Sorry for not making it clearer. But my coat was bought new. Just identical to my MIL's. NTA. This is a really good way for your niece to learn that actions have consequences and hopefully will serve her well in the future, when she's older. And your sister seems to need that lesson too. Sounds like, just have your husband buy you a new one, is not an appropriate reaction to your kid destroying a $20,000 item. NTA. She ruined a $20,000 coat. She wasn't even apologetic. When I was 16 I would have been scared to even breath near a $20K coat. AITAA at all. NTA. This is criminal damage. She knew the value of the coat. And she used paint which normally can't be removed. Sometimes people have to face the consequences of their actions. It's not about the coat. It's about personal responsibility. And 16 is way old enough to know better. She did this out of jealousy. And I'm guessing your sister had something to do with that. This girl owes you for the coat she ruined. And she should pay for it. Nope. NTA. She knew precisely what she was doing, and deserves to now learn exquisite consequences of her horrid actions. I do have to ask, what makes a coat worth $20,000? Doesn't matter for judgment, but I'm morbidly curious. Honestly, NTA. Actions have consequences and you are right, a week's grounding isn't enough. She should sell her car and cough up the money. The niece is old enough to know better. Tell your sister either she comes up with the money or you take it to the cops. I wonder if a police report will force the insurance company to come up with the money. This wasn't an accident, it was intentional, and she won't do it again. This reminds of the idiots gluing themselves to paintings to fight climate change. NTA. Sue them. I don't care if the coat was $10 or $10,000. I wish we'd bring back the stocks for pranksters. NTA. Niece is about to get some heavy consequences. I have no patience for teenagers who ruin other people's very expensive items for online cred. If she stole the coat, that's a felony. Selling her car to repay what she owes sounds about right. NTA. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. In this case, a $20,000 debt. Oh my goodness. Let's sum up the only relevant data. She deprived you of $20,000 worth of goods. It was not accidental. There is irrefutable evidence. There is a recorded confession of intent if reported to police. The incident would likely be deemed a crime the person and the person's guardians refuse to discuss. A reasonable repayment plan. NTA. Personally, I'd be considering reporting a crime. I'm sure I'd regret it. But man, I'd want to. NTA. What your niece did was malicious. She was more than old enough to know better. She needs to learn that her prank was both nasty and costly. I would file a claim against them. For sure. Throw paint on anything, and it's ruined. They need to pay up. NTA. More than the cost of the coat, it was a gift from your mill. Your niece knew the coat would be ruined and she did it for fun and disregarded your feelings all together. Those who would have to pay back the money will call you the AITAA and will probably go and see over this. But the solution from her to fix something so expensive is just let your husband buy a new one only. Punishes your husband and your niece gets away. This. Not only can you sue them, you can press charges for criminal mischief or damage. Whatever it's called in your state. That price will probably be a felony charge. Her being 16, she won't go to jail and it won't be on her record after turning 18. But if found guilty, I'm sure a judge will order restitution and they'll be bound by the court to repay you for damage. This way you won't have to file in a small claims court and go through that process. If you have her arrested, it'll all be taken care of and she'll learn her lesson. She can't just go around destroying other people's property and all she gets is a week being grounded. You are NTA. Your niece and sister definitely are, though. Your sister more than your niece. Her first response should have been apologetic. Sounds like it was. And her second response should have been that your niece and parents will replace the coat at full value. Do not back down or cave to family pressures. You are the injured party. It was intentional and your niece was fully aware of the value of the coat. What will she damage next to get attention? A car? A house? A person? This behavior is not acceptable. Oh God. How awful. I'm so sorry. NTA. Is there a way to get it appraised? Based on what it looked like before. If you go through with an attorney, they may want to see that. I like the idea of using your homeowner's insurance. Is there a way they can turn around and sue your sister or her daughter? I'm not sure how all of that works. Ugh. Your NTA. She knew the price of the coat and she ruined it deliberately for social media likes. Neither she nor her mother are accepting that she is responsible for what she did. That deserves the fullest wrath of consequences you can unleash. NTA and niece needs to learn that destroying people's things for internet clout is unacceptable. A week of grounding is not enough. NTA. A week being grounded, whatever that entails, for destroying $20,000 in property. No wonder your niece is a little monster. She needs to learn about consequences. Your sister raised her to be a brat and she needs to start holding your niece accountable for her poor behavior. $20,000 is a lot of money. even for upper middle class. But she didn't even try to make it right with you. NTA. If she smashed your new $20,000 car with a baseball bat for a video, would that be okay? However, I do think this will likely ruin your relationship with your sister, unfortunately. But if she doesn't learn a lesson from this, she will always be like this. NTA. Apart from what you stated as your reasoning for court, this was something that does merit a hefty discipline. Selling the niece's car would be a perfect lesson. It's also not just the monetary value, it's also the sentimental value. The fact that your mill technically said, "Have it 'cause you like it. And I appreciate you so much to give you something this expensive without a second thought." You even felt bad about wearing it at all anywhere due to potentially ruining it. And this definitely was not what you were thinking could happen. NTA. I do the same. It was a gift and your niece needs to learn the consequences of her actions.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AITAA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.